You went and saw a screening of Jaws and a Q&A with Richard Dreyfuss, and all hell broke loose.
Yeah, well, all heck broke loose.
All heck broke loose. Now, I saw it the next day. It was all over the social media. The cabinet sent out a message saying, we apologize, blah, 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 blah. What's the real story?
Okay, the real story is this. First of all, it was a fantastic night. He had a woman with him. She was the moderator, and I don't remember her name. He's known her for 59 years. She's a producer.
Really?
Redheaded woman. Older. And she was just asking the standard questions. All she did, she walked you through his history of his films.
Right.
And then she'd play a little bit of a film line. He was very engaging. But it started off very odd. First of all, as a gathering of Jaws fans, it was fantastic. I had a great Jaws shirt on. Everyone loved the people who were taking pictures with me. The people who were taking... some of the people who took pictures with me were people I saw walking out when the shit hit the fan later.
Did you have a Narragansett?
I did. I had actually 4 of them. So
wow.
it was great.
So you're very, very happy.
$6 Narragansett deal for one night only. So it started very strangely in that they said, in addition to Richard Dreyfuss, we have a special guest. And they played a Taylor Swift song. And Richard Dreyfuss came out... in this ugly frock over his clothes with his cane, doing this very sort of sultry, demure, feminine dance to a Taylor Swift song.
Okay.
Like a dress, a frock, like a dress?
Yeah, well, I don't want to say a dress because it kind of, but like he just looked like it just looked like a house coat over his clothes.
Oh, okay.
You know, it wasn't like he was he wasn't in drag. But it was just sort of just dumped on him.
Is that why shit hit the fan? Because he was dancing to Taylor Swift?
If it ended there, people would have just been like, that was weird. But now everyone's trying to connect the dots. And here's what I think he tried to say by doing that. He's like, I'm no longer popular. I mean, to be popular today, you have to be Taylor Swift. So I think he was just sort of making fun of her popularity.
Gotcha.
So he comes out, and then these 2 people came out and helped him take it off. Which again, the later remarks made were that it was very sexy. 2 men undressed him and all. I think they were helping him take it off so he wouldn't fall.
Because he's an old guy.
Yeah, he would have fell down.
Because the last time we saw him, he was driving around those Larks.
Yeah, and he had his cane, and he wasn't very steady on his feet sometimes.
The dude is pushing 80.
Yeah, and he was very soft spoken too. So they had to really amp up the microphones and all that. So that was weird enough to begin with. And he was very engaging. He was very informed. People were clapping for him and everything. And then this idiot woman mentioned the #MeToo movement, which is a loaded gun. I'm sorry. You never know what you're going to get when you talk about that. And he was talking about the movie he made with Barbra Streisand, which I should have looked up, but he made a movie with Barbra Streisand where he played her. She was a prostitute and he was a psychiatrist.
Was it The Goodbye Girl?
No. That was Marsha Mason. That was a comedy.
Oh, all right.
But this was later, after Goodbye Girl in the 80s. And it was a time when...
Yentl, was it?
No. Mental Yentl. It was a time when women weren't really being taken serious in Hollywood. And the woman asked him, what was it like to work with Barbra Streisand? And he tried to be very earnest in his approach to saying, she was very talented, she was very smart, but I didn't listen to her. And he goes, and why didn't I listen to her? Because she was a stupid woman. That was the mentality of the times. He said, had I been smart enough to listen to her and done this thing that she talked about the way she thought it should be done, it would have been 1,000 times better. But I didn't because she was a stupid woman.
The name of the movie was Nuts.
Nuts.
And it came out in 1987.
Yeah. Now, I want to see it because it looked interesting. I've never seen it.
It had a nice cast. It had Barbra Streisand, Richard Dreyfuss, Leslie Nielsen, Carl Malden, Eli Wallach, Maureen Stapleton, James Whitmore.
Jesus.
And the rest.
Yeah, and the rest.
Did you like her in What's Up, Doc?
Absolutely. She was gorgeous in What's Up, Doc. But so I think that remark was lost on people. He was trying to say it was the times, and I was stupid. Because I didn't listen to this stupid woman who he's trying to say wasn't a stupid woman at all. She had very good instinct and everything. So that's that. Then, I don't know what led up to this, but he was talking about society. He's writing a book about bringing the subject of civics back to the classroom.
Civics.
Yeah. Teaching people how to be citizens and being, people of society. And he said, here's the deal. This day and age, I don't think it's a good idea for 10-year-olds to be deciding upon their genders. And immediately, people got up and started booing. Now,
Not as many people that got up when Tony Clifton talked about that World War II joke of the concentration camp.
No. And 3 in particular walked out the door.
Right, which will remain nameless.
Yeah, we remain nameless. That's all we eat. But anyway, so he said that. And he's a guy pushing 80 years old. And he was asked a question about society and everything. Like, what's an example of why should civics be brought back to the classrooms? In his opinion, and in the book he wrote, you have a choice. You buy the book or you don't buy the book. He said something that a lot of people didn't agree with. Hundreds did not walk out. I saw maybe 12 people in my section. I was on the floor, and I could see both ramps. I'm talking 12. Balcony I can't speak for. But the people who did walk out were very foul-mouthed. They went outside and they caused a disturbance. They tried to make it very uncomfortable for the people in the theater to hear. So they just,
So they were jerks.
Yeah, and then they went out and then they weaponized social media. They said hundreds of people walked out. He was racist. He never said a racist thing. He never said a misogynistic thing. He never said a homophobic thing. He never said a transphobia thing. He was asked a question, and he answered it. Should he have been asked a question? Probably not.
What does that have to do with JAWS?
Well, again, she was talking about it was his book. Okay, where are you now in your life and that type of thing. And he was he basically said something also to the effect of, as he was leaving, he says, hopefully we get society back on track, because if we don't, we're all in trouble. And he pointed at the audience with his cane and he goes, and you know what I'm talking about. And he got a standing ovation.
Right.
And that was it.